The illusion of trust and the secret business engine. I'm consulting a fellow creative business owner. We talk new business, and I clearly see my client falling for a trap of providing a ton of free work to get a foot in the door. Yes, but from there I'll sell them on a 5K project and earn more trust. Then I'll be in a better position to ask for 30K. And asking for 50K budget right away is probably out of question. As if trust was a continuum. This made me think about the fact of confusing risk with trust. Assume you don't trust me. Would you give me $100? Would you give me 1,000? How about 100,000? You probably wouldn't hand me over a six-figure check, but depending on your tolerance, you may want to risk a lower figure sum. In fact, that's what you do buying a can of Coke in a vending machine, buying a ticket train, or hailing an Uber on your way to the airport. Now, imagine we've known each other for years. Would you give me $100? Would you give me 1,000? How about 100,000? Is this situation any different? Surprisingly, not that much. What it reveals, though, is that behind the binary output of every decision, there is a complex net of heuristics helping you arrive at your choice, and that your brain is a power horse doing all that work under the hood. If trust is the output, risk assessment is the process. What does this mean for business? First, that we confuse the nature of trust. We think it's a continuum. Earn more trust to get access to higher budgets. But it doesn't work this way. Trust is binary. Either you trust me or you don't. And if you don't, you probably cross the street and we wouldn't even talk. If you do, we will meet at the table. And everything that follows revolves around assessing and managing risk. If so, trust is often just a well-marketed risk calculation. Second, we learn that we probably overestimate the need for trust. We think we need it, but in fact we don't. The illusion of trust is built on the foundation of risk management. A well-thought-out risk mitigation process could be enough. There are countless situations where trust is not a factor. What if trust is an illusion? For a low-ticket offer, it is replaced by a combination of low stake and signaling that it's a low-risk situation. After all, everyone is using that vending machine, so it's probably not a scam. And if things go wrong, all you lose is $5. For a high-ticket complex scenario like a $5 billion merger and acquisition, the stakes are too high to even allow for trust becoming a thing, because it's too subjective. It is circumvented by a complex vetting system, company valuation, performance and operation audits, then complex legal frameworks, and ultimately the founder being held hostage to guarantee the financial performance of an acquired firm for the next few years. If trust doesn't come into play in these two extreme cases, does it in the middle? Probably less than you think, and because your business is most likely there, it makes a perfect sense to get a more thorough understanding of trust versus risk dynamics. What if trust is a bump in the road? The markets are accelerating. B2B buyers' behavior changes. What if trust is a bump in the road? The markets are accelerating. The B2B buyer's behavior changes. A decade or two ago, it was perfectly reasonable to expect your sales to relay the information to the prospect over a meeting. Prospects would call you to learn more about your service. But these days are gone. Today's buyers prefer to figure out things on their own, do their homework, learn about the solution, compare options. They would only give you a call when they are near ready to buy. This puts way more stress on marketing versus sales. The world is too fast to run on trust. Because trust is personal and usually takes time and human interactions to establish, it is becoming a major slowdown in the discovery, vetting, and sales process. If you look at e-commerce or SaaS market, you'll be astonished by how much trust porn they've developed, primarily to expedite the process and replace slow and inefficient processes of trust building with trust circumventing. Perceived trust is often just a product of well-managed risk signals. Guarantees, testimonials, reviews, third-party institutions like Trustpilot or G2. All this is an arsenal to effectively replace slow trust building with risk management. So what's the lesson for creative businesses? There's far more value in teaching one to fish than offering a fish. You've got plenty of food for thought on the subject, and hopefully my thoughts trigger the mindset shift for you. To take things home, perhaps by focusing on building trust-based relationships, we're making ourselves a disservice, slowing the process too much. Maybe your clients don't really need to trust you all that much, but what they need is a minimal trust to pass the threshold, a solid value proposition, and a robust risk mitigation package. All these things can be delivered in your marketing message, making the process self-serve and freeing your sales and new business resources to focus on vision, leadership, and a solid value proposition. Further thinking, what if focusing on building trust-based relationships is actually slowing down your business growth? How can your business leverage risk management to streamline sales and reduce dependency on trust? What could be the most effective tools for replacing traditional trust building in your marketing strategy? And how can understanding the difference between trust and risk management transform your approach to new business development? Think about it. Meanwhile, stay prolific until the next one. Thank you for listening to the Future Crafting Thoughtcast, insights into leading, building, and evolving B2B brands in tech and creative sectors, coming at you from Patrick Kizny, the fast thinker, entrepreneur, and advisor to audacious venture founders.